Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shri Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Shri Radhe, Shri Radha Madhava Ki. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, lass uns zusammen lesen, die Vers von heute. Heute wir lesen Bhagavad Gita im 11. Kapitel, Verse 7. Today we are reading the verse 7 from the 11th chapter. So let's read all together. We have it on the board. So I will say first, and then you can repeat after me. Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Pashadyasa Characharam, Pashadyasa Characharam, Mama Dehe Kudagesha, Mama Dehe Kudakesha, Yachanya Drashtum Ichasi, Yachanya Drashtum Ichasi, Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Pashadyasa Characharam, Mama Dehe Kudakesha, Yachanya Drashtum Ichasi. Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Pashadyasa Characharam, Mama Dehe Kudakesha, Yachanya Drashtum Ichasi. Somebody else want to try? Ihaikastam Jagat Krishnam, Pashadyasa Characharam, Mama Dehe Kudakesha, Drashtum Ichasi. Anders? Okay. Dann we can read the verse. I will read both English and German. And so, yeah, would you like to translate in German? Yeah, okay. which is for Madeleine. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wow. Thank you. Yeah. He saved me from a bad reputation and that. Okay. Yes. So we can read the verse. The verse says, "O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. The universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see, and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non moving, is here completely in one place." Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. No one can see the entire universe while sitting in one place. Even the most advanced scientist cannot see what is going on in the other parts of the universe. But a devotee like Arjuna can see everything that exists in any part of the universe, and Krishna gives him the power to see anything he wants to see, past, present, and future. Thus, by the mercy of Krishna, Arjuna is able to see everything. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I will read again the verse. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see, and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything, moving and non-moving, is here completely in one place. So, just to give some little context, what we're reading here is the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So the Bhagavad Gita is very ancient text that comes from the Vedic tradition, and the Bhagavad Gita is really an incredible book because of his universal wisdom that is, and the book that is really has no, it's timeless and always fresh, in the sense that one can always see, always perceive some teachings that are applicable, that doesn't depend on time, space, or circumstance. And that is why it's like, so no matter the different traditions that are in, let's say, mostly in the eastern part of the world, Bhagavad Gita is considered the kind of like the pillar, kind of like the most popular book, which is accepted in all kinds of traditions. And one can really see, because Bhagavad Gita, it's a conversation between Krishna and Arjuna, and they are two friends. Also, they are related, but Arjuna knows that Krishna is God Himself, and he's kind of like he's present in that time in the universe. He's present there on Earth, and he they have this relationship, and we will not go so much into the background of where they are and so, because that's also, of course, there will be the whole class about it. But it came to a point in which Arjuna feel he needs some serious guidance, because here in this world, or like in the position in which he was, he felt he really didn't know what to do, and it was a very difficult decision to take. And he kind of was confused by what was the right thing to do in that situation, and and since this decision would have a major implication in his life and in the life of many, then am I going too fast? No? Then he really felt like, first of all, he was completely dejected, in the sense he was completely, also we can experience when we have a difficult decision and we are kind of confused, and we know that the consequence can be very big. Also the life of people is also into that. Wow. Yes. um, then it would, we kind of like maybe feel different kind of emotions. Could be fear of what it can be happening. It could be not feeling to be up for the task, or feeling like we're missing some knowledge to be taking the proper decision. So this is something that is very universal, in the sense that everybody feels or may have felt in the on time in their own life, that they could not figure out, based on whatever was their previous knowledge and the situation, what would be actually the best decision. And Arjuna, in a very humble and intelligent way, then he said to Krishna at a certain point, look, yeah, I know we are friends, I know we are related, but since I know that you actually know everything, like you are God Himself, and you're here for some certain reasons, but now in this moment I really need you to be my guide. I really want you to tell me what I should do in this particular situation. And in this way, then the relationship change, yeah, and in this moment, and Krishna becomes kind of like the guide, the teacher in this relationship. It becomes more of like teacher disciple, teacher student, and so here then the Bhagavad Gita unfolds, and the teachings that are there are more about, okay, like I see that there is some complexity in this world. How shall I move about? Like, what are the right actions? What kind of motives should I have behind what I do? What is also I see that there are so many changes. There is time. What is the time? What is the whatever that I see, and what are the things that I'm feeling inside? And these are all universal kind of aspects that one may face in life in different parts of their own journey. And Hare Krishna. Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki. So yeah, we do fast forward. We are just now in this was the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, this was the first and second chapter, beginning of the second chapter. And now we are in the 11th chapter, which is very particular. It's very, I would say, very visual, first of all, and quite an incredible chapter. So Krishna told him already many different eternal wisdom, and he's now more in the part in which he's telling that you can connect through the divine and through devotion, yeah, and this is a way how you can elevate your own consciousness. Yeah, and especially here in this verse, well, let's say in this chapter, what is about to be happening is that Krishna, Arjuna, um, asked him about to know more about his opulence, about okay, like you're saying, of course, you're God, and I am a part and parcel of you, but what does it mean? How shall I think about you, and how shall I relate to you? And also, something also that we have to do. Okay, like if you say that you're God, can you prove it, or can you um, show me like why shall I believe also that you're God? And he shows in different ways, but especially in this chapter he shows what is called the universal form, and this is a form which contains basically everything. And so you can see that this kind of like almost paradox between you have God in front of you, which takes a form which looks like a human form, like anybody else, and then he allows you to see everything that is contained in the universe just in one person, just in one body. And this, for Arjuna, we will see then later in the chapter, is completely bewildering, is completely confusing, and it's something that really brings him off his foot. And we are just about at the beginning when he says when he is asking to see such form, which is unlimited and what is called the universal self or cosmic universal form. And in here I find it very interesting because he speaks about Krishna is answering, yes, sure, I can show you. And here it says, whatever you wish to see, you can see it at once in this body. And this universal form can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. And it's we already since we already started this chapter, we already spoke about the fact that Arjuna is already in love with Krishna. He is already his best friend. He is already completely devoted to him. But just because this, he wants also to give an example for the other ones, how also like we cannot take maybe cheap claiming of somebody being God. Then that's also one part. Okay, if you're God, then you may show me also like some the universal form, which is not anybody can do that. Like to see everything in the world in one place. Yeah. So this is also one way of seeing it. But I was also thinking that there are many verses here. Krishna is describing himself what is about to show, and then also Sanjay is which is another personality who is going to be describing to Dhritarashtra, and also Arjuna himself is going to describing what he's seeing, and he is trying somehow, but since it is so basically unimaginable, then it is just trying his best, and I feel that also something when it's complicated. I find it very interesting that there are here in this book many different kind of views. So it's kind of like when somebody sees a paranormal activity, yeah, then if just one person says, "Oh, I saw this disc in the sky and this and that," then it's difficult that one would be believed. Yeah. And this also, of course, it adds some more validity if there are description also from other people. Yeah. So that's also, so I thought it was one way one can see. And also would like to ask you, so if here it says you can see whatever you wish to see in the present or in the future. If somebody would ask you, okay, you can see anything you would like to see, what would you like to see? Yes?
I would like to see where are different kinds of people going after they leave their bodies. This would interest me.
Okay, well, that's very interesting. Yeah. Somebody else would like to share, if you can really see anything you would like to see, what would you ask to see? Yes, Prabhu. Anything. Krishna can show you anything. And you also have some thoughts, or have you ever thought of this question? Okay, if I would have the possibility of seeing anything, what would be my desire to see? Yeah.
Okay. I think I would want to ask the good we do in our lives, what will be the actual consequences of it? Like, what our actions.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
Beautiful. Wow, yes. Thank you. Yeah. Especially like this ripple effect of what we do, yeah. We cannot, so difficult to see it, yeah. And it can be also be in, after we leave the body, it can be reverberating for many, many years, yeah. Centuries also. Yes. Matthias, what do you think? I'm very curious, what do you think?
I think I would like to see where I need to be at the right moment and any time for improving myself, having the answers.
Uh-huh. So, kind of like seeing in the next future where you're going to be and what you will be doing or something like that? Oh.
I think there is like one place at one time you have to be for having the right questionment, for having the right answers. So I think I will look at this.
Okay, wow. Interesting. Nice. Ja, Madeleine, ja.
Also Leute, die einem wichtig sind in diesem Leben, welche nächsten Leben sie bekommen, ob sie ein gutes Leben bekommen oder ob sie zurück zu Gott gehen auch.
Yeah, Madeleine is sharing that she would like to know, like, people, also like maybe famous, important people, like what kind of body they would receive in the next life and what kind of person they will become. This is also very, very interesting. Yeah. Yes, I find it also very, very interesting that Krishna is just like giving offering. Okay, you can see anything, and then also, but he kind of also didn't wait for his answer actually, because him and Krishna was in front of Arjuna, but he because God himself is also all pervading the whole universe, and he's about to show that he is all pervading, that he is everything in this universe. He was also in particular also present in his heart. So he didn't really have to wait also for his answer. Okay, what do you wish to see? He knows already what you wish to see. And in fact, like in many things that he let him see, he also showed him how, this is, the context is a battlefield and there's going to be happening a war. And he also sees how the enemies of his party is going to be fell at a certain point. So so he saw also like the outcome of the battle, and in this way, this is also, he answered one of his desire that was already there, like, okay, what is going to happen? For example, like Matthias also shared, okay, what is going to happen, and if I'm in the right place, and also like what would be the outcome, what would be the result of my actions, like you shared before. Okay, I do some action, what would be the result? Yeah, so this is also something that he let him show. And also when I read this verse, I found it very interesting. It reminded me of one beautiful book from Srila Radhanath Swami. This is called Journey Within. And at a certain point, he shared a very sentence that I was really thinking for more than a year. And the sentence says, one should see with the ears, one should hear with the eyes, and one should feel with the heart. So I will repeat it again. One should see with the ears, one should hear with the eyes, and one should feel with the heart. So now I would like to ask you, what do you think it would mean to that one should see with the ears? Oh, so what we say, one should see with the ears, yeah? Yeah, please.
Yeah, so we listen the scriptures, and through that we see the world.
Mm-hmm. And so because we are seeing it through the ears, you would hear the scriptures, and through hearing the scripture, you would see the world. That's what you meant?
Yes, so also we listen the scriptures, and then so we follow the scriptures and act accordingly. So when we see this, we hear the scriptures, so we see everything in relation to Krishna.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's beautiful. Yes. This is also one thought, prominent thought that I also thought. Yes, like when we have some proper guidance, or like for example, here we are reading this book of wisdom, and this, if we're hearing properly from this wisdom, it can really helps us navigate life in a more equipoised way, in a more connected way. And like this is when we can see also the world through this prism, through the spectrum of the wisdom. Yeah. So when in these books is meant how, for example, that happiness cannot be achieved simply through external achieving this career, or this amount of money, or this or through enjoying senses in different ways. Then we can really start to see the world in not in the way of how many things I can retrieve, but more of from the eyes of the scriptures. Okay, like how, and instead they can be of service, of course, but understanding that the real happiness cannot really come from outside, but from inside. Yeah, so this is also one way we can see with the ears. Thank you. Yeah, and how we can hear with the eyes. What would that mean? Hear with the eyes, or I don't know if somebody also wanted to share more about seeing with the ears. Whatever you thought of that. There's no one answer.
Noch was, einen Gedanken teilen zu sehen durch die Ohren?
Really open for interpretation. Yeah, bitte.
I am spontaneously thinking that by our eyes we see how people behave, and by seeing how people behave, we may choose from whom to hear.
That's very nice. Yes.
That's an idea.
Yeah, that's also very much in line with what I was thinking. Yes, it's we see so many things in the world, yeah, but when we decide to hear it, it should be an example that reflects the truth, or also that reflects, for example, let's say a person who is speaking about maybe a book of wisdom, or is speaking like some high words, but then we would see them behave in a not correct way. Then it would be this teachings that he's bringing. We would have a lot of doubts about it, or like whether it can really be applicable, or whether they really have some power in it, and some something that we can take for ourselves. So it's very important, yeah, the source of where we take knowledge. Yes, so we hear, and so we acquire some knowledge, and through the but we have to check it. We have to select it based on also on some proof, based on a real example. That's does somebody else also has some other interpretation how we can hear through the eyes? Yeah, and feel with the heart. That seems to be the more straightforward one. Relationship, yeah, yeah. What would you mean specifically with that?
Like relationship in general with human beings. Like if you feel with your brain, everything got rational, and I think it's really start to be like with interest, or and so, but like relationship are not working like this, and it's important to see like the chemistry and like how you feel when you have it, and human is not rational, so let's think with the heart and with like with what to drive you, like the feelings.
Yes, 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 yeah, yeah. That's true. Also, I feel that also when one tries to be rational, is driven by emotions. Yeah. Anyway, and we are emotional beings, and it's true. Like and if we are more centered to the heart when we feel, yeah, then we, as you said, like we are able also to connect, or like to move, and have proper relationships also with others, yeah, and also be successful in life
And be happy.
and be happy, yeah. Yes, yeah. What do you think, Melusine? How can one feel with the heart?
I was thinking the same thing as him, but if I want to add something, maybe I feel like we don't like trust our instinct, like going to a situation and something sometimes we want to do, and something it feels like more too soon, and our body tells us, and particularly our heart tells us that the situation is too risky for us right now. And sometimes you can really listen to your heart with if it's fear of getting out of your comfort zone, or if you're not actually ready for that. And the rational part of our brain, I don't think we can like solve that problem, but with the heart, like the way it behaves, I think it really helps. So I think like this feeling really helps me to understand it better.
Nice. And how do you think we can harmonize? Because of course, like the brain, or the rational part has also a place, important place in ourselves. How do you think we can harmonize the two?
I think by writing what you feel, like try to understand it better by writing, and like to Yeah, right. I think like and try and error. You know, you can try, and then if you try several times something, it doesn't, and it ends badly every time. You need to tell yourself, change something, please. It's real rational. Your heart wants to go there, but rationally, if it goes bad every time, you need to change something.
Yes, I guess like many can really concur with this experience that sometimes we may have taken some decision based just on the rationality, but even though like with the intuition was saying something else, and then we saw the consequence that was not really a proper decision. Yes, 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 and this relates very much, I feel, also with the verse of because there is much of, as we said before, like Krishna is present there in the heart. So God is present there, and He's giving the intuition. He's helping us every time, and He's helping. We are continuously guided from within to choose what's best for us, and not only for us. And actually, what is best for us is also best for everybody, because that's how God is trying to give the best for everyone at the same time. And yes, and you're very true. Like when we are able then to feel more through the heart and to connect more to this intuition, then we may avoid lots of suffering and lots of also bad decisions that may harm also other ones and not only us. Yes.
For me, like the heart is fire and the brain is water. So for finding the balance, like if you are too much with the heart, you will get burned because you don't think about the consequences. So the brain is there for this. But if you are thinking too much, like it will probably not working, and you will not find something where you will be truly happy, truly satisfied. So I think it's important to put some water in the fire without killing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Like through having so both they're balancing each other and all like checking what would be the extreme of being too much on one side compared to the other one, you mean? That's very nice. Yeah, thank you all. Are there some other thoughts or some other questions or something you thought about hearing this verse? Then I thank you very much for being here, for participating, and I wish you a great continuing with Gora Arati, and we can chant all together. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.